The chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Charlotte Osei, is expected in Parliament today to answer questions over her management of the Commission. She is expected to respond to questions on how internally generated funds raised ahead of 2016 general elections were used. But some MPs have dropped hints they may intend to bring up issues about her management that have emerged in recent days. The Vice Chairman of Parliament's Constitution and Legal Affairs Committee, Kojo Kum, tells Joy News the infighting is worrying.
They are doing portends serious and dire consequences for our democracy. It is necessary that the Electoral Commission and her deputies, rise above petty squabbles and know that we have given them some job that requires equanimity of mind, and sanctity of heart to do it for the benefit of the country. Where they are, very few people can get there. Where we all put our trust in you, that you are going to be independent, impartial, and you are going to declare the will of the people the way it is. So if you are now accusing each other of having fraudulently enriched themselves, what is the guarantee that if a political party gives you some big money and you have this financial allurement from them, you would not divert the course of justice and pervert the will of the people?
There have been calls for all of them to be removed. Maybe they either resign or be cleared, so we bring in fresh hands. What do you think?
It is not as easy as it is being portrayed. And in any case, those fresh hands, are they insulated from the general malaise in the country where we don't trust anybody? We must purge the system, we must purge ourselves as a country. Because I can assure you that no matter who you bring, if we still have the mutual suspicion and mistrust of the system, you bring the personality, he may have to do a lot to win the confidence back. But those who have brought the petition, I think that this is a self-inflicted blow, because they themselves threw these allegations, and on the part, because of that, other people felt that, okay, let us also now, that with the little that we have, let's put in a petition. Now that the petition has, the process has started, I believe that the Constitution has ways of going about it.
And as we still remain in Parliament, you would agree for members of Parliament to be able to pass effective laws or legislation, they need to do proper and thorough research on whatever laws they want to enact. But unfortunately, the state of Parliament's library is nothing to write home about. But that is not coming from me. That's according to the Speaker, the Right Honourable Aaron Mike Okwe. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the Research and Information Week on the theme, promoting evidence-based research and information in strengthening Parliament, the Speaker lamented the record-keeping liability of Ghana's Parliament, drawing comparisons between Ghana's legislative arm of government and other law-making bodies in other parts of the world.
It's painful to recount that if you go to our library today, now, from here, the books are on the floor. It's a painful truth, but it's true. Librarian, you are here. It's true. Painful to recount. If some journalists will raise money for Parliament immediately in a week, it will be a good national duty to find the books, the research material, and put them there. I love to always say that when Parliament sits, the whole Ghana has sat. And that is why you have a library like the Library of Congress in the US. And when you go to India, and you go on a tour of Parliament, you have known the history of India from beginning to the end, as you simply tour Parliament. Because Parliament is India and India is Parliament. In Parliament, there must be a symbiotic relationship between people and representatives. Very often, the people don't even understand Parliament. No wonder sometimes they say so much untruths about members of Parliament. They don't know what they do. Through no fault of either MPs or people, but because our information analysis and distribution is very poor.
And the minority leader, Haruna Idrisu, concurred. He stated that the ability of Parliament to be able to make relevant legislation was dependent on the research department of the legislative arm of government.
Today, if the Parliament of Ghana was confronted with a new bill to fight galamsey, what evidential information do we have on the basis of research to guide our making of better laws? To what extent can we protect the environment and have adequate information to appreciate that we need to tighten legislation distinguishing between the role of a foreigner against a Ghanaian citizen and the extent to which we use the law to protect that Ghanaian citizen and the environment will depend upon the research and information department of Parliament. So all the happenings of galamsey, whether it's caving in or people are dying, how much record are you keeping to guide the making of better laws? I leave that, as I said, mine is to provoke debate so that you know that you need a reliable database system, even redundant infrastructure. I'm not sure you have one. When we are told some that the system is down, we cannot reference information, where are your redundant mechanisms? We need to know. From the reign of Queen Victoria, dating back probably 1832 to 1901, when ordinances were passed, where does the Parliament of Ghana stand to benefit from some of the processes that took place, which must inform legislation to
The businessman at the center of the 41.1 million Ghana cedi scandal at the National Youth Employment Program, Philip Asibit, on Tuesday, told an Accra High Court that his company only received monies from the state following the formalization of the agreement. He, together with former coordinator of the program, Abuga Pele, are standing trial for causing financial loss to the state. Mr. Pele is alleged to have recommended the said payment with the businessman Philip Asibit, accused of putting in false claims for no work done. Giving his testimony to the court, the businessman said Goodwill International Group, the company he works for, never took a dime from the state prior to the contract coming into force and its subsequent execution by the company. Joseph Akable has more.
So Tuesday's proceedings was to offer the businessman at the center of the controversy an opportunity to tell the court his side of the story. Philip Asibit was in the witness box as he narrated to the court how he entered into that agreement with the NYEP. He insisted that no monies were taken from the state until the agreement was officially formalized, after which he started receiving payments when they had started executing aspects of the contract. He also explained to the court the deliverables in terms of the specifics that his agency, the GIG, were to deliver to the state. He talked about the fact that they were to deliver an exit plan for the state, apart from training for participants on the NYEP program, and also to develop proposals to receive funding from donor agencies. Philip Asibit will be in the box once again on Wednesday, July 26, to continue telling his side of the story to the court. Reporting for Joy News from the Law Courts Complex, my name is Joseph Akable.
Government is said to deploy a 400 joint police and military patrol team as the first batch of the anti-galamsey task force to enforce the ban on illegal mining. This came to light when Lands and Natural Resources Minister John Peter Amewu, the Chief of Defense Staff and the National Security Advisor, visited the team at their base in Bundasi, close to Accra. The minister indicated the men will be deployed by next week. Joy News' Beatrice Edu has more.
The officers, comprising 200 military men and 200 police personnel, charged up as they met the Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Obed Akwa, the Lands and Natural Resources Minister, John Peter Amewu, and his deputy, and the National Security Advisor, Brigadier General Otre, retired. The operation is codenamed Operation Hall 3. The reason is Operation Hall 3 is because there was a first operation which is in charge of illegal lumbering in our forest. There has also been a second operation which is in charge of other illegal activities.
Been doing joint operations in Accra and other places. It depends upon what assignment it is.
So we are talking about Galamsey now.
So Galamsey, this is a different one because this is a president's special initiative against Galamsey. So for that, I would say this is the first time.
We know how the military works. I mean, you're basically trained to defend the country, but this time you're being brought on board for something that is internal. How is it going to be like?
We've been working on internal operations always in the north and in the other places. We are trained such that any assignment given us, we should be able to operate. So as we come together with police and then we train together for some few days, we should adjust and be on the same frequency, and it should be easy for us.
Interacting with them, Mr. Mewu said mining in water bodies and along waterbeds is treasonable and will no longer be allowed.
We have gone further to place a complete ban. That one is a ban. It will never be lifted. It is a complete ban on mining in our river bodies, river beds. That one we don't want to say it. If you permit me, I will say it's treasonable. Mining in the river bodies along our river course is not going to happen any longer under the presidency of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
The CDS, Lieutenant General Akwa, charged the officers to be determined to succeed. He also asked them to collaborate with other agencies in order to succeed.
Another critical factor will be interagency collaboration and cooperation, because we cannot win this battle without the efforts and the cooperation of other agencies. And here I'm referring to, obviously, the ministries, the departments and the agencies, Forestry Commission, Minerals Commission, Environmental Protection Agency, the Chieftaincy Institution, local communities. They all have a role to play.
And that's the CDS, the Chief of Defense Staff. But that'll be it for now, but we have a lot more to talk about. And before we do that, the new maternity and mother and baby units being built at the Konfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital is beginning to take shape, with engineers working feverishly to get it ready and commissioned by the close of October. The project aims to drastically reduce maternal and infant deaths at the current ward. A team from the First Lady's Office and the Multimedia Group Limited toured the facility, and Seth Kwame Boateng reports.
The physical structures of the edifice have taken shape, with the mother and baby unit nearing the lintel level. The project was inspired by a Joy News documentary, Next to Die, which revealed about 4 babies die every day at the hospital as a result of congestion at the wards. Engineer on site, Stephen Corrett, briefed the team about the work done so far.
What we've achieved is we've managed to finish off all of our earthworks, and we've now managed to pour the first raw slab and erect the walls for the pediatric building. The next stage will be to pour the raw slab for the maternity building and then erect the walls. So what we have done there at the moment is we've planned to do that next week, Monday. Thereafter, we'll erect the walls by the Monday thereafter. So we'll be at the same similar stage to where we're at now, Monday thereafter. So
the engineers also took the team on a tour, showing the members the various units.
With a stretcher, just to examine vital signs, maybe take some blood, any HIV testing that needs to be done, any sickle testing that needs to be done. The hospital does a lot of sickle testing. This area here is where the nurse's station will be, and the nurse obviously will control any movement in and out of the building. So she will direct people, the visitors, through the building, and there will be a whole lot of visitors seating in this area. All right. This door here, what that does is that leads to the neonatal consultation. So we'll have a neonatal doctor in there for consultation with the mothers and children. Any sick babies can obviously then be taken through into the hospital once they've been seen by the doctor. Those two cubicles there, those are the ONG consultations, so basically gynecology. Again, expectant mothers coming in, having a consultation with a doctor, and we have two rooms over there for that. This entrance over here is where the nurse will direct patients, especially mothers with sick babies, through the door. So we'll have a door over here. That door will have access control. So you can't simply have visitors just walking through the hospital. Everything is controlled in terms of access. So nurse allows mothers through. These small rooms over here that you see, these are all little storerooms. So every available space that we have, we've used for storerooms, for cleaners' cupboards. We've really tried to provide.
Managing Director of Multi TV, Santok Singh, was happy about the work done so far.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's like you know, I wish that we can even speed it up further, because, like I said, a day we delay 4 or 5 baby dies, so we can save that as much as possible. So the hope is there. I mean, I'm happy with the progress. You know, we are very happy with the progress and all that. And it's amazing looking at the technology that is being used to build this this building, and also the green. I mean, how energy saving this building will be, to also support the management of the hospital to better manage the operation of the building. So very happy, very hopeful, and God willing, we'll achieve our target.
Kweku Kwachi, who is also in charge of projects at the office of the First Lady, thanked all those who are supporting to make the project a reality.
Well, first of all, I wish to state that the First Lady is truly excited about how, you know, things are progressing here. She is so happy because, first of all, we're saving lives, and once this project is completed, we're looking to save at least 10 lives per day, which is a significant improvement to our healthcare system, one, and a significant improvement to the loss of our dear mothers who are building this nation as well. So it is something that she's really excited about, and you can see it here. It's up. And I'm certain that within the timeline of 4 months, we should be able to complete this project and hand it over to Komfanoche Hospital.
The project is being funded with over 10 million cedis raised by the First Lady Rebecca Akufo-Addo together with the Multimedia Group Limited. The new facility will be 5 times the size of the current maternity and mother and baby unit.
And that's it for the news. But